looking at it twice and that we use a lot, sometimes hours at a time, without ever looking over at it. That's my experience with this thing. Um, and so I'm thinking maybe a mouse. Make a mimic mouse. Make a mouse mimic mouse. Phone is also a good one. But I like the idea of like reaching over for your mimic and then getting your hand bit because it is a mimic. If I were a mimic, I think that's what I would do. So that's one of my ideas. I don't know. Phone does feel a little obvious, and also I feel like you're when you pick up your phone, it's to look at the phone. So you're making visual eye contact with it, I think, first. So I feel like you would notice immediately if it were a little bit off. Whereas a mouse, like, I know where my mouse is. I'm gesturing, I'm reaching over to it without even looking at it. If that were replaced with an actual live mouse, I wouldn't notice until it was much too late. Yeah, pitch wings, that's a great point. We're not doing Black Mirror. This is going to be Sweet Mimic that we all love. Oh, thank you, Just Worm. Yeehaw, baby. Also, Paprika the Rat says hello. Hello, Paprika the Rat. Wait, I want to see the rest of your message. Sorry, everybody's saying stuff. I think Paprika's an adorable name for a rat, and that is an excellent choice. And a very sweet thing. I feel like if I were a New York mimic, I would be a rat. I would just make myself look like a rat. Anyway, thank you, just for and also AJ Lorenz because you did it before I started streaming. Thank you for upping your subscribes. Welcome to the Apple Club, which is the 2-month subscription icon of apples. Okay, let's. Ooh, water bottle is a good one, Sarah. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, the thing is, like, a lot of people have trackpads. Uh, a halal cart mimic is really good. Or like one of those nut stands where you get like the roasted nuts. That would for sure get me. Ah, thank you, Sarah. It's still I guess it's still apple season. Yeah, yes, salami tactical the nuts for nuts. I love the nuts for nuts stand. It's one of the I think essential parts of the New York experience. Walking down the street and smelling the just the super good, beautiful vanilla-y nut scent. Whoops. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, I've already lost control. It's all gone wrong. All right. Here's what I'm trying to do. Hey, let me do it. Hey, let me do this. Why? Why? Stop. I'm trying to. I can't. I can't. Oh, no. 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 Oh, thank you. Oh, who do I miss? I just missed somebody. Thank you, Tyler Burke. 3 months in advance. That's exciting. Thank you so much. The pink on the inside apple, I can't remember what it's called. But it was very good. I don't know if I ever looked it up. Somebody else definitely did on the tweet that I posted. Ah. All right. What are you gonna? Maybe I'll just use my mouse for this. There we go. See, that's what I was trying to do. I was just trying to expand it so I could see the name of stuff. I am going to allow wet ass plonk fruit. I like accordion mimic. Okay, let's start. I'm going to start with um let's start with a mouse. Thing about a mouse is I worry it's not visually interesting. But that maybe we'll deal with that when it's time to deal with that. Whoop. I can see I've already indented this somehow. I'm not entirely sure how. But let's get a good mouse shape. And I think that'll be flat on one side. I got really concave. This is already taking on a weird shape. The thing is like, if I weren't doing this stream, uh, it would definitely, I would definitely just model. I wouldn't sculpt this. I would model it because it's such an inorganic shape. I mean, maybe that's what we should do. Maybe I should model these in normal shapes and then recreate them in the mimic form as sculptures. That's not a terrible idea. I'm going to be thinking about that a little bit. Dino Topo. Bow, bow. Coldstream? What does Coldstream mean? Oh, are there issues with the quality of the stream? Oh yeah, it's giving me OBS is showing me a little red sign. I wonder if my roommates maybe uh doing stuff on the internet to make it all burdensome. Let me know if this keeps up. Um, let me know if the issues keep up, and maybe I'll hardwire. I'm not totally certain what's happening. And I don't like that. I don't like not knowing. Yeah, it does look like a Newsy Boy cap. Yeah. Yeah, OBS is showing me a red sign, or a little red square, which is generally not a good sign. Um, I don't know what's happening though. Is there something wrong with my CPU? Hmm. I'm gonna close a bunch of stuff that's on in the background of my computer and see if that helps. So I'm not certain what's happening. Hmm. Hmm. It's still giving me a red. Huh. Well, that's not great. I wonder what's happening. Yeah, it's chugging. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna go back to a save screen, and then I'm gonna hard plug in my internet, and we'll see what that does. I hope you could hear me say this. Maybe you can't. Okay, I hardwired. I plugged in the cord, but it's still giving me a red sign. I'm not entirely certain what's happening here, but I know that I don't care for it. Maybe I'll have to cut the feed and retry. Let's keep going a little bit at this, and if this is still bad, let me know. Ooh. Hello. I feel like the delay between my chat, the chat and what you guys are seeing, there's some sort of really bad delay. Maybe all of the internet's gone bad. And now it's not letting me click anywhere but Blender, which is usually the opposite problem of what I have. It seems okay. It's not letting me it's not letting me interact with my web browser at all, which is confusing. And I can see you guys talking, but it will not. I can't click anything. I can't click anything on my screen. Okay, all right, it came through. Whew! It wasn't letting me click absolutely anything on my screen. And I was so perplexed and upset. I was trapped in a hell of my own making. It's still giving me a red sign, I think, for the internet. So the internet might just be all kind of bonked. It might just be bonked the heck out. Yeah, the latency seems extra bad. I'm actually going to refresh the chat, so I'm not going to see you guys for a second. But even though I don't see you, I remember you're still there. You're all experience severe buffering. Maybe this is a Twitch issue. Twitch issue. Got very buffed. Okay, maybe something really bad is happening to the internet right now. And the only thing I can do about that is keep sculpting. And so that's what I'm gonna do. And if it gets real bad, I'm keeping my eye on the chat as always. So if it get real bad, y'all let me know. In the meantime, let's inflate. Let's inflate this. YouTube is down? Like down, like everybody's down? I hope this isn't a coordinated attack on our internet. It kind of looks like I'm making one of those wrist rest pillows that have like a particularly robustly chested person on the front for you to rest your hands on. Oh boy, I'm seeing I'm now seeing all of you react to my Twisu comment, and seeing it so delayed after the fact is really humbling. Okay, this is going to be a very shapely, organic mouse. I worry it's not going to be very mouse-like. You're being buffered again. If I Google... If I just Google... if I just Google what is happening to the internet, is anything going to come up? Interesting. So it seems like maybe there's something really bad happening with the internet, huh? I'm just gonna keep sculpting. I'm just gonna keep. Actually, Busty Mousepad Mimic is one, where we are already at, and two, a great idea. A Wi-Fi router mimic is also a pretty good idea. Yeah, chat, you and me, chat, we're way off. I have no idea. Live outage map of Twitch is spiking. What a fun asynchronous experience we're having. in this fucking live stream. Okay. Well, then this is going to be maybe a less interactive experience than some of the other streams that I've done, which is a shame. Quality super erratic. Yeah, my OBS has not promoted me above a red image at all during this. Lettuce Prime, rest in peace. Good luck. I hope you fought your way out of whatever situation you're in. Rip to you, but we're different. YouTube unable to play videos on every platform? I'm glad we're kind of experiencing this together, I guess. If we're experiencing this together, I'm glad we're experiencing it together, whatever it is. Do you guys remember that short span when people with blue check marks on Twitter couldn't respond? Because that was, I'm gonna level with you, that was a real relief for me emotionally. Not having, being physically unable to post was just sort of like, yeah, this is it. Twitch having big issues right now. Mushu Man 8, welcome. This is what the stream's always like. It's always here, I mean, it is always chaotic. This stream's pretty chaotic stream. A lot of chaotic energy. Different kind of chaotic energy than it usually is. Normally we're at least able to hold some kind of conversation. What am I even doing? Okay, we're making a mouse. I'm making a mouse mimic. Let's make this more mouse-like. I've made a cute little frog. I made a cute little frog is what I did. I'm gonna elongate it a little bit. I've got a fancy gamer mouse, which is very angular, but I kind of like the more like shapely organic mice. So I think that's what it's gonna do. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Okay. I kind of miss mice as they were in the 90s. Do you guys remember when mice had balls in them and you had to like clean it out because it would gather lint and stop being usable for a while? Those are good times. YouTube's gone, huh? I wonder if that means I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Z Gamer Twitch don't crash during streams. You're so sexy. It's really good. I hope you appreciate me laughing about that in the 4 minutes after you posted it when you see me laughing about it. I've made a real chonky mouse. I'm gonna make it a slightly less chonky. It got real chonky. Oh, hey Beard Zach. Subscribe for 2 months, thank you. That is so sweet. I hope you enjoy the fractured stream that you're maybe experiencing right now. The tragic thing is, you guys are gonna enjoy a version of this mouse that no longer exists anymore because by the time you see it, I will have fucked it up so bad it will not at all be like the thing that you saw. That's kind of beautiful, right? It's like a star. It's like how you can see the light of a star, it might already be dead. Yeah. Oh, con artist. Let's see. Few sculpting tricks and tools you can do in hard surfaces. The scrape tool, the advanced setting, original, normal, and original plane, check off, as well as the script plane set to view plane. Interesting. Okay. Here's the thing though, is I've just watched your message disappear from my chat screen. And so this is just sort of a matter of like how much do I remember of what you just said. And so this just became a fun memory game for me. And you said the scrape, and that does seem to be helping. I scraped too much. Let's see. And then you mentioned a bunch of options. I see. Original normal, original plane. Is that due? Who are you playing in Apex? Is Apex one of the ones with characters? God, the number of battle royales that have emerged. Nightbot? Nightbot? A regrettable thing for it to say. Out of nowhere. But the Nightbot commands are in the... oh, that did make a... Look at that beautiful hard edge. The Nightbot commands are... I put them in the description in my, like, about area of the stream, so you should find them there. Okay. This is getting... Yeah, this is getting a flat surface. What I like is that there's some flat surfaces and then some areas that are still very organic. I like that energy. Ooh, that made it shiver. That made the whole thing shiver. Okay. Okay. Great. Great, Nightbot. Good job, everybody. Good job adding that specific quote twice, therefore significantly increasing the odds that that is the quote that will pop up when people use exclamation point quote. Oh, there's a new legend in Apex. You're learning firsthand how little I've been paying attention to the Apex lore. It's just to say, just like not at all. Good. I'm glad Apex does have characters. I just couldn't remember. For a while, none of those games had characters, and then suddenly they had characters. And it was a lot. Okay. Oh, happy birthday, Tobio. Tobio? Tobio! The way your name is written makes it sound like it should be Rufio. Do people still watch Hook? They probably shouldn't. I rewatched it recently. It's not ideal. I don't know. I don't know if Flatten is doing what I want it to do for these buttons. But on the other hand, maybe it is. Okay. Is there a huge Spectrum outage? Because I do for sure have Spectrum. And that might be exactly what is happening. But the latency is better now. Okay, that's good. I think if I refresh the chat, I might catch up with you a little bit, potentially. My favorite Blender tool... in sculpting, I really like the grab tool because it does exactly what I want it to do, which is move the things that I click on. Whereas most of the other tools do other specific stuff. I hate this flat thing that I've done. Goodbye, movie fish. I don't know if I don't like the flat bits. I think that this mimic should have a texture so that when you reach down and use it, you know immediately something's not right. Your hand instinctively knows. It's like if you reach under your bed and you touch something furry and you don't think there should be anything furry there, and you get that sensation that's like, I've touched something I wish I had not touched. That's what I want. That's what you should get when you touch this mimic. Boop, boop, boo. Boop, 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 boo. Okay. I don't know if there is a way to see the quote list. there's not a lot of stuff on the quote list yet because I only recently installed it, and then I got sick and didn't stream for a week. "80 seconds behind the chat." I'm gonna refresh, and we'll see it. We'll see it. See, it's just Blender has cursed my screen such that it won't let me interact with anything else on the screen part of the time, and that's unnerving. Okay, this doesn't look like a mouse. Because it doesn't have the scroll wheel in the middle. That scroll wheel, I'm certain, is going to be the thing that um, makes this all look fine. There you go. It does look like I've just given it boobs. And that's regrettable. It does just look like I'm making a weird sexy mouse. And that's a great idea for another stream. I feel like I keep doing things to it and it just is looking more and more like a torso, maybe? I don't, it's getting more torso-like by the second. It's not ideal. What games do I enjoy the most? I really like survival horror games. I really like roguelikes. I've been playing just so much Hades. I've beaten Hades. I got to the credits. I've been finishing off some of the side quest stuff, some of the character stuff, and it's just so good. And I really like it. I like roguelikes. Roguelikes really get into my brain in a way that is mostly good. Bye, Pidge. You're going to be gone by the time you hear me say goodbye. So I guess that's just for everybody in the chat. I feel like there's always a point where I feel like I've actually done the thing that I aim to do, and then instead of stopping there, I continue to go and just kind of fuck up the thing that I've done. And that's how I feel right now. I feel like there was a moment where it did look mouse-like. And then Rascalin, I've got news for you. Questionable curves are always being placed, so that's true for everybody. Let me see. Scroll wheel. I don't know how the scroll wheel is gonna go. Maybe this might be. This might be. This might be a meta ball. Might be a meta ball. It just doesn't look like a mouse though, gang. It's just not giving me that mouse energy. I think I made it too thick. It doesn't look like it would nicely fit a hand anymore. Maybe if I make it more triangular. Okay, this is getting somewhere. It's getting somewhere. It's still pretty. It is still pretty body-like. Why does this show always become body horror? I know why. It's because I love body horror. I might stream Hades sometime. Actually, that's a good idea. The problem is I'm so late game, by which I mean I've beaten the game, that I worry about spoiling it, doing spoilers for people. Okay, hold on. This I feel we've gotten somewhere all of a sudden. If I just make this, he's got to be, yeah, okay. A cord would make it worse, but yeah, for sure we'll need a cord at some point. Hades is going to be your reward? Good luck. It'll be your reward, it will also be your downfall. So good luck with that. Anything you need to do in the next 2 months, you should do before you start playing Hades. If you want to get your taxes out of the way early, that's not a bad plan. Finish all your Christmas shopping. Get it all done. Because once you start playing Hades, that's all you're going to want to fucking do. Yeah, Lettuce Prime, you're right. I think they were just too. They were too bulbous. They're too bulbous. And now I think they're a little bit shapelier. I don't know if it. I still don't think it looks like a mouse necessarily, but this is fine. Beardsack, not a bad idea. If I slap a spoiler or if I slap a warning, then I can get away with anything. Is pretty much my understanding. So yeah, maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll do that Friday. I mean, it's all I do in the evenings still anyway, so that'd be fine. Okay. See, I want the body to have a little bit of roundness, because that's where your hand goes. That's where your hand comes. That sexiness is unavoidable with Blender. Yeah, extremely true. I think uh, this has really proven that to be the case. All I'm trying to do is make a mouse, but I can't help but make it just so sexy. Just such a fucking sexy mouse. All right, let's get a meatball in here. I think it'd have to be a ball. Okay. Okay. Let me make it bigger. Let's compress you. Okay. Oh, Chad, I don't know what happened to your first badge. Oh, it's back. Okay. Well, I'm glad that got solved without me having to do anything. This got really. I want to tilt it. It just got all. There we go. Okay. Okay. So once we get the meatball in place, I think maybe I'll finesse the buttons a little bit more. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Now that's an identifiable feature of a mouse. Oh god, let me zoom out. Blender, please. Please, Blender. Oh god. Sometimes it does that when I zoom in too bad. It's like you've done a bad thing and I'm punishing you now. Maybe I'm gonna look at a mouse that's not the mouse that's on I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna Google mice, but for computers. Hey Google, stop. So rude. Can you believe Google just like butting in on our conversation like that? So rude. Okay. Okay, yeah, these are some smooth mice. Okay, actually the shape that I've got is not wildly off base for the mice that I'm looking at. It's a little bit more square up top. A little bit more square up top. But I think actually for like a 90s mouse, we've actually got a pretty good shape. So I'm glad to hear that. Glad to see that, I should say. Yeah, they're all super bodacious. Squeeze it just a little bit. Okay. I do want to make sure the scroll wheel is centered. Oh, does that just zero it on the x-axis? That's cool. That's handy. Gotta use that stern talking voice. That's the thing, I was using my casual stream voice. And Google was still like, did you mean me? It's listening right now. Hey, Google? Stop. God, Google. Okay. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Feeling good about the shape. Another bump there. I do want to, let's finesse. YouTube's back up? Okay. Glad to hear that. Oh, it's strong 90s vibe. That is definitely, the thing is, I think this mimic has been probably like hanging out in your apartment since the 90s. That's probably what I think is happening. And so it's got a little 90s vibe to it because that's the last time I remember seeing a mouse. I'm going to make the little divot because it always has the divot um, around the scroll wheel in those old ones. Let's make a little bit of a divot. Get a little divot in there. Let's move that. Just tuck that in there a little bit. So it's just kind of peeking out. Okay. Mm. Olympus Mon's very jealous of your whole cat situation. I would love to have a cat on my lap purring. That seems like an optimum place to be. An update on my situation is OBS is still giving me... It stopped being red just as I was saying that. It turned to green. That's great. Maybe the internet's solved again. I mean, it's not solved. It's still broken in some pretty fundamental ways, but maybe for tonight at least, it's going to be chill. Big news? Woo? What's happening? Is there big news? Was it the thing I said? I'm still so far behind you guys. I don't know. Hold your cat for like 5 minutes today. That is good news. That's important stuff. And I'm glad to hear it. Let's see. Can we pinch? Can we pinch? Pinch a little bit? I'm loving all of these cat updates. I love to hear it. I'm not behind anymore. We did it, gang. We survived by doing nothing and just letting the changes that were happening wash over us. That's great. I'm so glad to hear that. Okay. I don't know. Here's the thing. Maybe mice don't have a recognizable enough shape to be a good object for this mimic to get into. Um, so, well, let's continue to mess with it. Let me make a copy. Let me save. Let me save and then make a copy. And then we'll see what we can do about making it mimicky. And then maybe we'll try a different shape. So think of a good, start thinking of a good thing. Start thinking of a good iconic shape that we can try that would be more, because I think the failing that I'm reaching with the mouse is that it's just not always a super identifiable object. I think this looks pretty good, but it's maybe not exactly. Just Left Behind is good enough for me. Wow, wait a minute. That's some wild. Why did you only copy that part? That's weird. I didn't like that. Does this mouse have 40 children? No, this mouse has the regular number of children for a mouse, which is none. But doesn't have. I guess I don't know how many children Mimic typically have is the question. But if you guys haven't watched, I guest starred on the most recent episode of Dungeons and Daddies, where I played a mouse lawyer called Radicus Finch, and got to yell at some people who I think are very good creators, which is a weird experience for me, but it was very fun. And if you haven't checked out Dungeons and Daddies, ignoring the fact that I guest starred on it, it's great, and you guys should definitely listen to it. It's extremely hilarious and good. Dungeons and Daddies, not a BDSM podcast. Okay, so we've got our mouse. A mouse lawyer named Radicus Finch. We've got our mouse. Let me think about. It should have a cord. It definitely should have a cord. So let me actually just add a cord real quick. We'll just do. I'm just gonna do a cylinder, and it's just gonna be temporary. I'll mess with it more later. Remember when all mice had cords? That sucked. I'm glad cordless mice is a thing that we all get to benefit from, at least. I guess not everybody does. Millennium Falcon, you say that, but actually, it is on at least one occasion an actual BDSM podcast. So, you know? That looks like a butt fly. I don't want that. Okay. Oh God. All right. I'll be on next week or the next episode of Dungeons and Daddies as well, because we're still doing the trial, and they got to yell objection at me a whole bunch, and now it's my time to yell objection at them. Pretty excited for that. Okay. Gosh. Yeah. So the question being like, how do we make this look like a mimic? A modern mimic is a mimic that doesn't look like a treasure chest, because nobody has treasure chests anymore. So modern mimic is just a mimic that looks like a thing that's in our modern everyday lives. And I'm saying that I did make a 90s mouse. So even though I am saying that this is a modern mimic, I have made a 90s mimic, which is no longer modern, but that's fine. Beardsx says mimic means teeth and tongue and little spindle legs. Yes, it will need little spindly legs. So I guess I should turn it to its side, because I guess I don't need to. I can just turn my screen. So I think clearly the chord has to be the tongue. Like clearly, right? Obviously. Obviously the chord has to be the tongue. Oh my god. Blender. Blender doesn't love that I'm trying to orient it in a weird way, so I am just gonna swap both of the orientations of these. Oh my god, meatball. It's doing that thing again. I hate when it does that thing. In fact, I might just get rid of you. No, got rid of both. Okay. I'm not gonna deal with that right now. Okay. That's so galling. I don't know why it just does that sometimes. I still don't understand metaballs, and that's just gonna have to be how that is right now. All right. An entirely hostile room is great. Is that what the gazebo was of D&D Gazebo Legend? So this obviously has to be a tongue. So let's actually get in here. I'm going to add a bunch of subsections. And we can just sort of move it around a little. Whoop, whoop, whoop. A vape mimic is a great question, actually. Is a gazebo a room? That's tricky. That's a tricky question. I think a gazebo is a gazebo, not a room. Yeah, I think that's what that answer's got to be. You're gonna let me proportionally edit? Filing cabinet's pretty good. Just realizing I don't know how I'm gonna. There we go. Just giving this tongue a little action. This is a much easier way of doing tongues than I have done in the past. Okay. Vending machine mimic is really good. The thing is again, it's really hard. Vending machine mimic is so good, but it's like, what is the shape of vending machine? It's just like a square, and then like the flourishes of a vending machine are the stickers and the stuff that's inside it. So it would be about it's not about the shape is the tricky thing. Slot is the mouth. What would we do with the metaball though? The metaball's tricky. I guess maybe the teeth should be like right here. Like this is where the mouth should be, because this is where the tongue is. The mouth got B. Metaball is an I. Zach, you cracked it? Yes. Okay. Let me think about how even to do. All right. So let me grab the metaball and get that moving up. And then let's actually get into. Yeah, it's gonna have one scroll wheel eyeball, I think, is the plan. And let me think about Big sperm and a textbook energy. What does that mean? What did I miss? Wait, what? Big sperm and a textbook energy. Big sperm and a textbook energy. I get it. I see what it took me a minute to parse what you were saying. The meatball is the eye. Crease? Is that gonna give me what I want? Thanks, Lettuce Prime. Thanks for adding that. Glad that is in there. The quote power is fun. And clearly not at all being abused. Big sperm textbook energy. Just hollowing out a mouth like you do sometimes. Actually, let me. Oh, thank you, Chad. Yeah, it has been like 2 months already. I started streaming very end of September. And now we're here and it's November all of a sudden. Okay. Okay. I'm into this. I was a little demoralized with the mouse not looking mouse-like enough, but I'm getting into this. Did I tell Nightbot? Did I tell Nightbot to get you guys to eat potassium? I think that was because of the fruit. I think I added that last blender experience, but then because I added it after I streamed, it didn't. It didn't post it, and so now it posted it now. Okay. Suddenly terrified of the mouse, then it's doing its job. Let's add. Here's what I want for the eyes. I want them to be like a chameleon. I want the eyes to be a little. I want it to be a little chameleon, but maybe. Oh god, I froze Blender. Oh no, okay, I didn't. What are you doing, meatball? What can you possibly be doing? Why are you rotating so weirdly? What are you doing, meatball? Alright, delete ball. More like. What is one fruit you simply will not eat? Not because of allergies or anything like that. That's a good question. I'm curious to see what the chat. Guava, interesting. I have not had much experience with guava. Ooh, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. That's a big ellipse. Okay. Durians are good, and I think everybody should eat one once. But they are a lot. Emotionally, they are a lot as far as fruit go. So if you don't like them, that's entirely understandable. Okay, hold on. No, don't delete. This is getting somewhere. Don't delete it. You're doing a great job. um, weird. This is a weird shape that I've made. I don't know how I feel about it. Good, I think. I think good. I think good. Hmm. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna finesse the eyeball a little bit. Let's finesse the eyeball. Oh, I'm jealous that you have pomegranate in the fridge. I love a pomegranate. Melons are great. Oh, let me know if the audio. Yeah, let me know if the is not working. I guess to model these, I'm gonna have to change them into a shape, like a real shape, not a meatball, a real shape. And you know what? These eyeballs deserve it, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna remember how to do it. Not even going to forget how to do this. Convert to, here we go. There we go, and that's how that's done. And I didn't panic, I just did it. Totally good. 90s mouth of death. Whoop. Dino Topo, don't leave me. Never leave me, Dino Topo. Honestly shocked that Nightbot had objections to the word melon. I feel like that's not a word I hear get applied in non-melon situations for the most part. Alright, I'm gonna inflate these, but I'm only doing it to add topography that I can smooth out. I'm just seeing the melodramatic comment is extraordinarily good. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna smooth these out a little bit. Make these more pointed. Ah. Oh yeah. Okay. What a weird shape for an eye that I feel really great about. Does it look like, it kind of looks like a weird sheep head, right? Is anybody else getting that vibe? It is supposed to be the eyeballs though, so maybe that's not good. Ah. You see sheep? I'm glad somebody else sees sheep. But ooh, interesting. Clearly not exactly symmetrical. So it's giving me some some weird energy on one side that the other side isn't getting. So the eyes are going to be a little lopsided, And that's fine. I think that's fine. Angle them up like antenna. Uh, that's a good idea. Let me do you one better. I turn off symmetry. Hmm. A giant cicada mouse mimic. I love that idea. Okay. Do those look like eyes? Does that look like a weird eye? Is that is it clear at all what is happening with this weird little middle section? Hmm. Keys to your new house. That rules. Very, very exciting. Well-spoken rambler. That congrats and good night. Snail eyes. Yes. Yeah, kind of an antenna situation. With the body, it doesn't look like an eye as so much. Even without the mouse and the mouth and the tongue. Hmm. 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 I did say it looked more like a sheep than an eye. That doesn't mean you guys are gonna think that way. Should I have a plug on the end of its tongue? Yeah, probably. That'll come later. That seems like a finesse thing. I also forgot to turn off symmetry. All right. Maybe make them longer. Yeah, maybe if I make them more antenna-like. Yeah. I'm really doing something to these shapes. I don't know if it's good. Getting weird. Shape's getting a little bit weird. Kind of got a weird twist. This is gonna end up looking like an Andalite if I'm not careful. And I'm not careful, so. Alright, let's elongate you a little. Oh, to go to improv, that's cool. Roast chicken vibes, yeah. I can see that. That's fair. Roast chicken mimic, maybe? I feel like this mimic idea is something I'm going to have to revisit. Maybe when I have better Blender skills, can conceptually revisit it. I think next Blender stream should be I've done objects for a couple streams now. I think I want to do another character next time. It's easier to get emotionally invested in characters, and that's a lot of fun for me. Okay. Now it looks like, okay. Now it looks like a hood ornament. Like this is a car and this is its hood ornament. It's looking less and less like an eyeball at every moment. The antenna really got away from me. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to push these back in until they look more like iris lumps. Get back in there. Maybe scrape is better. Maybe flatten. There we go. Oh, smooth version of how you imagine Radicus Finch. That's not a bad idea, actually. I wonder if that IP belongs to Anthony now. Like if I did it, if I did a stream on it, am I gonna get sued by Anthony Birch? That would be funny and weird. Don't think that would happen. But maybe I will. It'd be neat. The Plonk fruit is the most emotionally invested I've been in anything. I think that's good. I don't think that's bad, at least. I did love the Plonk fruit kind of a lot. Oh, now it's got one really severe... Ah! Inside. We were inside. We were inside it for a moment. I also unironically love the Plonk fruit. Plonk fruit rules. That was super fun to do. It has its own mythology. That was super fun. Maybe I'll just always create new fruit. Maybe that will be my thing. Plonk fruit. Plonk fruit mythos is best religion, yeah. Hard agree. Come on. Get shaved. Come on. Get down there. Come on. Cyclops Mimic is not a bad idea, especially because this has given me such trouble. What? Okay, how does that look? Does that look like anything? Radicus versus Joan. Truly the ultimate standoff. Now, okay, now I'm getting strong mantis. I've made a mantis head, I think. How does how does this look though? I kind of like it. I think it's getting somewhere, and I like where it's getting. orb scroll wheel. Yeah, I do remember the orb scroll wheel as well. I like those. Okay, this needs little leggies. This needs lots of little leggies. Needs teeth? It does need teeth. I'll do teeth, I think, after the stream, because doing teeth is frustrating and not super fun to watch. That's why whenever you see a character in the concept, they always got closed mouth smile, because they ain't got no chompers in there, because it's really annoying to do. It's not fun or interesting to watch. Okay. I'm gonna grab this and just nestle this down a little bit more. Okay. Teeth Diaz. That's really good. Oh, hello, Shiva Socks. That's a cute screen name. No big faces. No more big faces, Blooper. I don't remember there being any big faces in Blair Witch, but maybe we'll play Blair Witch and see. Okay, let's give this thing leggies. What kind of little leggies would a mouse have? The obvious answer is mice legs. Let me look at what mice legs look like. Yeah, Chad, did you find a picture of Radicus? What are you going to post? Can we give the mouse a butt? What kind of butt would we give the mouse? Frog legs I like. Classic Dark Soul legs. Oh, the ones that are like, so you wanted me to give this mouse Dark Soul mimic legs. Where the like the really long, scrawny, weird, kind of human legs. Those are so weird. Oh, I'm looking at pictures of them now, and they're really something. But I think they'd be easier than mouse legs. So I think that's winning for me. I guess the question is, where do they get tucked up into? I guess they'd be tucked into the bottom part. Let me even think about how to do. It's gonna be more meatballs for sure. It's gonna have to be more meatballs. Under the carriage. Yeah. Under the carriage of this mimic. Golly, okay. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be some meatballs. If you give the mouse a butt, it's gonna ask for a tail. That classic children's story. Where the ball goes? I see, so like right here in the middle. So, okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't see why not. I hope this doesn't crash my system again. This is the last time I fussed with the meatballs. They got a little antsy. Okay. Plonk. Please be so careful. That's good advice. That's good, strong advice. Shiva Socks, that's the right energy to bring to this chat. Because rarely do I even know what I'm making. But then you just kind of go with it. And then you get something. Maybe it's what you wanted and maybe it wasn't. But you're trying. Trying things out. See, what I like about this is we're getting that sort of awkward joint that I feel like the mimics in Dark Souls are they kind of have knobbly knees. So I think that's really working. We're inside a mouse. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. They are some sad thighs. You know, I feel like I often make pretty thick, pretty luscious characters, which I quite like. But this one is, if we're gonna do Dark Soul legs, they're gonna have to be a little knobbly. Because that's just sort of what the Dark Souls legs are like. Okay. Spaghetti for the meatball! I like that. The tongue on the Dark Souls mimics. The Dark Souls mimics are really good, but they're really upsetting. I love the design, but they're just so much. It's cute. It's not cute. What I like about the mimics is that they clearly have really thick calves, like really strong calf muscles. So I'm actually going to shrink these down, and then we'll puff up the calves in when we get back to sculpting. Pretty relatively thick thighs. We'll puff those up too. Okay. Happy with the shape of these. I'm going to convert them to mesh. Oh, you're not going to let me do that? You're not going to let me convert these to mesh, Blender? Blender, why aren't you going to let me do that? Okay, there we go. Okay. Now we can get in and really sculpt these bad boys. Really be shapely. Okay. So let's get a little bit of inflate here. Yeah. Get in there. Okay. And then just the calf bit. Get super pump. Is this mimic gonna have beautiful legs? Kind of feels where it's going. Sometimes it does feel like the pin for my tablet can just wander off. Usually that means I've knocked it off the table. But it does feel like it has a mind of its own. God, look at these fucking juicy calves. God, I want to bite into these calves. That's enough. That arguably might be too much, but I like the shape of them. A little bit more here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Feeling great about this. All right. Pretty good. Pretty shapely calves. Pretty shapely thighs. I'll take another look at the mimic. I more than anything, I don't want to Google Dark Souls mimic feet. But I'm not seeing a lot of pictures with feet. I guess they just have human feet, huh? I guess they just have, well, human toesies. Hmm. You think I should just Google people feet and do that? I don't know if I want to Google people feet either. I don't know if I want any foot related searches. I think I'll just. Oh, I love chicken feet. I love chicken feet. That's some Baba Yaga energy I can 100 get on board with. I'm going to Google chicken feet. I'm going to Google mice feet. I want to see what. Oh, mice got cute little toesies. They got long little toesies. AJ Lorenz. You dropped him in a vent? How did that happen and how did you find them? I dropped mine in a trash can, and that was its own sort of frustrating. Because that was very hard to find. How did you find him if you lost him in a vent? Chicken Feet is offering me a lot of recipes and not as many pictures as I had hoped. It's okay, here we go. Oh, now I'm looking at cute pictures of chickens. Okay, let me think about. I think it's gonna be. Got little talons. I think it's gonna be more meatballs. Twitch is feet phobic. I'm kind of with them on that one. Why are you sending me into sculpt mode and not object mode? Being weird, Blender. I'm gonna make one foot and duplicate it. And those feet are gonna be made out of capsules. Okay. What I've learned just Googling chicken feet right now is that they're basically just talons. I forget sometimes that chickens can be pretty scary. We got legs now, Peter. We've all got legs. Okay. Nope, I just want the center one. Just want the center one. Please? Please, Blender. Blender? Okay. Whoop. Okay. Okay. Whoa, what happened to your thigh, buddy? Whoa, what happened to your thigh, buddy? Hold on. I have to do something about those holes. That's gonna drive me crazy. Oh my god, Blender. I don't want to mask edit. Oh, everything's gone wrong. It's not letting me zoom out anymore. It's not letting me zoom in or out. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, they look like legs. I have accidentally put this into mouse editing mode. Genuinely don't know how I did that or what to do about it. Clear mask. Done. Okay. I don't know why these legs are so jaggedy. I also don't know why the left leg is so jaggedy and the right leg is smooth and shapely. That's fine. No, what? Why? What is happening there? What is happening? Are you gonna stop? You're not gonna stop, huh? I think we've got a weird precipice situation. What? I'm gonna do this by hand. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, I just had one absolutely wild pixel overlapping with the others, and that was giving it a weird jagged appearance. Blender, so wild. Anything can happen. Okay, let's get back to these chicken feet. Can I give you a number between 1 and 6 to help you choose which source to take notes on first? Let's do 3. I hope it's a good one. You should post what source you're taking notes on, because now I am curious. It did not take me much to get invested. Oh, Blender is struggling to zoom with the intensity that I would like it to. Yeah, that was a good guess, AJ. It's accurate. It's a good number. All right. Not gonna let me convert to mesh again? Why are you being like this, Blender? Blender! There we go. Okay. The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, a history of Nazi Germany. That's intense. What are you studying? Modern history. Yeah, okay. That'll do it. Yeah, it did. Great points there. It fell. Yes, Harley Quindom. I think that would be a fine use of the stream tags. And in fact, if you click on this link that Nightbot just posted, it'll auto open a tweet with those tags in it. I think that's a fine use of the tag. It is an extension of this art experience. Just make sure you post that it's your work and so you can take pride in it. Not going to be much of an ankle on this thing. But I think that's okay. Okay. Give this a little bit of like a talony sort of feel. Well, that's true. We can't all have nice, luscious ankles. Some people got thin ankles, and that's fine. What? Gotta have knobby toe joints. Yeah, that's a good point. I think we're gonna give these some sort of arc. This is good because we've catered to a lot of different kind of body perverts on this show, but never people who love chicken feet, to my knowledge, that I can remember. So this must be really exciting for perverts who like that. Finally getting recognized. In some cultures, thin ankles are an attractive feature. Yeah, I mean, why not? Delicacy? I can see it. Why not? You know, It's good to have a variety of bodies and to find something to like in all of them. Even kind of scrawny, weird shaped chicken feet. Okay. It's a pretty chicken feet. I'm looking at some chicken feet images. A lot of them have some webbing, but I don't know if we're going to get that into it. You know, not all of them have webbing. They all are all very scaly though, so that's weird. Scaliness is weird. Let's get you guys even. Can it have scales? I'll see if I can do that. I don't know. I don't know how to make scales in uh, Blender, so I'll check out and see if that is something I can do. That's one of those things that feels like it would be. I don't know. Blender textures are like some stuff is incredibly easy because it's like basically built into the system, and some stuff is really difficult. And like scales is one of those things where it's like that could go absolutely either direction. That could be very easy or absolutely impossible. I don't think I have any textures that are explicitly scales, but you can do some like randomly generated textures basically that I think would give me something that's scale adjacent. And that might do it. Okay, how do those chicken feet look? This one on the end got a little flat. Maybe they all got a little flat. I'm actually pretty pleased with these feet. Very pleased with these chicky feety. Okay. Now to duplicate. Come on. They made you eat chicken feet while waiting for dinner. I've had chicken feet before, they're pretty good. Humans had scales until God's blender crashed. I'm not gonna give it 2 left feet. I'm gonna try. Let me split this into a separate foot. I'm gonna try to mirror it. This is a thing that I've tried to do on this fuck before, and it hasn't always worked. I actually think if I let me think about how to do this. Okay, that kind of got close to what I wanted it to do. I think I can use the scale function to -1, and that will basically flip it. And I think I just successfully did that. Yeah! Fucking check me out. I know shit about Blender. I actually think I only know that because Con Artist mentioned it in a previous stream, but I remembered it. And that's important. That's, you know, the main thing about learning is not doing it, it's remembering how to do it. And then doing it when you're live and you're called upon to do so. Okay, ankles look pretty weird. Let me... Thank you for clipping that, Sarah. A moment of triumph. A moment of skill actualized. Come on. Object mode. That's what I want. There we go. Being fussy. A tutorial for when I forget. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That is what that is. Okay. Let's pull back and look at this thing. Could you not have could you not have them pipes selected? There we go. Okay. 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 Not just me saying fuck. Good. Gosh, okay. Can I make you a separate object? Yes. Okay. Oh no, I didn't get you all. Hold on. Alright, separate this object. Move that back into place. You're not gonna let me grab? There we go. Phew. Okay. The center of balance is super, super out of whack. I guess I could move the legs. I could probably move the legs back a little bit. In fact, let me do this even. Did we just make a next evolution of a frog? The frog vibes I get off this creature, even with the chicken legs, is pretty strong. I do really like this thing. Okay, golly. Frog 2 with the PH. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think outside of adding textures and stuff, this is pretty much a perfect creature. Let me kind of get that gray. Where did the lights go? What happened to all of these lights? Also, why are there 3 lights? How did I accidentally... I mean, I'm glad I made 3 lights. It's good to light nicely, but I'm perplexed how I got 3 lights into here without realizing it. Oh, the tongue needs a plug. Yeah, that's a great call. Gosh, let me look at a plug. Do I have a plug that I can just look at? It's gonna be a USB plug. I'm gonna unplug my computer and look at what the, not PCSI, no. It's gonna be USB. The fact that this has a plug at all is outrageous. So, I don't know if it matters what kind of plug it is. Okay. That's pretty good. Let's do... Gosh, it's been so long since I've done... There we go. It's been so long since I've done modeling stuff. For a moment I was like, what even, how do I even inset something? And I remembered. And now I need to remember how to extrude. There we go. Ooh, the lights are doing something weird to that. Let me grab USB real quick. Oh. Okay, hold on. Do that, and then let's do another inset. Ooh, don't rotate. That's not what I wanted. I wanted you to scale. Why are you insetting? It's because I have the bevel on? Okay, hold on. Why are you rotating? Nobody asked you to rotate. Nobody wants you to do that. Is it because I moved you? Is it because I moved you and I didn't finish sculpting your whole deal? Yeah, that is what that is. Let the program dance. It has to earn its dance like the rest of us. You don't get to just dance. Not in my country. That took a grim turn. You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. If friends don't dance. If they don't dance, then they're not welcome on the stream. Okay. Alright, it's a pretty good USB port. Okay. Look at this thing. Look at everything that we have done here today. I feel great about this. Make this a little darker. Ooh. Okay. I definitely don't think it would be able to stand, period, at all, for sure. This is going to be a tricky one to make colors for, because it's going to have to be something camouflagey and less flashy. Just to have to get a jump sim for the attack. Yeah, always make sure you're always hitting your mouse at least once before you're just reaching for it. Yeah, give it a little tap just to make sure. That is not a mimic. What color are chords? What color do they make chords? This is gonna be a real boring looking creation if I don't add some color. Yeah, I guess they're white or black usually. I guess maybe I'll make it black. Have a weird black tongue. Oh, do the eye in a weird blue. I like that. Just the like iris part in a really bright blue. Yeah, let me see if I can remember how to do. A gamer colored mouse. That is the color it should be. Yeah. Yeah, so like some really bright turquoise. Oh, it doesn't really come through on this light, huh? Some really bright turquoise, like neon turquoise irises and legs maybe would be really good. Let's see. I'm not in vector paint. I told you to go to vector paint. Okay. All right. Let's see. Which one of you is the thing that I need? I don't think any of you are. All right. I'm gonna. Okay. So, been streaming for 2 hours, so I think it's time for me to stop and just finesse this on my own time. So, I guess that's the end of the stream. Let me go ahead and save this. Here is our very good Mimic. Actually pretty pleased with how this turned out. I feel like it's there. I'm gonna fuss with it a little bit more, but I'm pretty pleased with how it went. So thank you everybody for coming out. For if you're new to the stream, this is how it goes. And if you're not, then hello, hi again. All right. Uh, excellent. Yeah, and here's this creature. I will post it on Twitter. My Twitter is attached, so once I'm done finessing it, I will post it on Twitter and y'all can see it. But for now, good night. Good night, everybody. Good night.